going to
Well,
honor him in his death.
we strategically retreated from a petrifying creature. We made a strategic flee, and at that point, I blame Floundry, because wherever we were, it was disappeared on my screen, and I could see they were up here on the left corner. I was scrambling around to try to figure out how to move the screen, so I was distracted. Next thing I knew, we rolled to save or die. But yeah, that was a perfect storm of things.
Alas.
Yeah, that's rough.
Alas.
Bummer.
Murdagan was the guy that I believe made my character invisible last
Yep.
session. Is that right?
He
Damn,
had
we're
some
gonna
good
miss him then.
spells.
I mean, we miss him anyway, but like, we're gonna miss his presence, not just his moral presence.
I want to know how are you going to handle his sudden disappearance in terms of, from an in-character perspective, how will you memorialize him now that he is gone?
Damn, I don't know.
You don't have to answer this right away, but it's something.
I
All
think
of your retinue know that they face death, but to face death and then be forgotten, that's a blow to the soul.
Yeah, let's put on the sad music. Where's the sad music?
Yeah,
and there's a funeral picture.
I don't have.
Put the sad stuff up.
All right, hang on a second.
I don't know. I'm not in the. I'm a player right now, so I can't do it.
Oh, yeah.
I think is
Mordagion
from the DMG. I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah.
I looked up his name, and I think it means something like sea battle, like and then so it's like the Celtic form of Murdoch.
Yeah, it's funny because I think it was you who mentioned the different naming things on the NPC sheet. And I went through after that session, I looked up a couple others. I was like, oh, we've been saying his name wrong the entire time. It's actually Murdochian.
Listen, with Celtic names, nobody should feel bad about themselves. That's just not fair sometimes.
True enough.
Well, certainly the other
origin.
thing is that Finbar brought back with him as a token to the once and future king.
The once foreigner.
Yeah, that's right. That's the once and future foreigner. A special ring that Murdagian would have wanted him to have. I think
It's a totally not cursed ring, right?
it is definitely not cursed because one of our good friends put it on and took it off already. And the only thing it did was pop his eyeball out of his socket.
Oh, is that all?
Ulfkel puts it on before you say that, and his eye swells out, and
Oh no!
it rolls around on the ground. What happens then?
Well, I'm to understand that if you take it off, the eye will go back in your head. But I'm also to understand. I didn't put it on, so I don't know. That it also functions like a normal eye as well. So
it's for popping it out and spying on someone. But...
yeah, you throw it down a hallway.
Peep around the corner.
It gets so dry and all that grit on it.
Oh yeah,
it's dry.
And
Here.
the ratties sit Jesus Christ.
Here, put this in your mouth.
It's like
it's kind of like a peeled grape,
It's like
Yeah.
This is admittedly an extremely Ulfkel thing to have.
Ulfkel,
that's what we figured.
he looks at Finbar and says, "You mean my henchman died for you, and all I get is this Popeye trinket?"
You could
Oh,
just
he
set it on the
didn't
mantle in your
strictly-
house.
He didn't strictly die for me. It was, you know how these things go. We
Yes.
sorely missed.
Glorpert is extremely sorrowful, and he wears black for 3 days on either end of the. Well, yeah, he finds something black to wear today.
All of the other magicians in the retinue drink to his memory. Get very sad about it. Mourning all the times he fleeced them in cards.
Magnus appreciated his work on the NGSP lore. He did good work.
Indeed.
We'll miss him in the tower.
He was incredibly important to the party just last time. That whole plan that we had wouldn't have worked without that invisibility spell that he was able to cast.
That one has been escaping Magnus's comprehension. I think I've failed twice now to learn that spell.
It's a hard spell. We're gonna really regret his absence, even not just from a like a moral and person-like perspective, but also from a tactical and job-like one.
Yeah, a meritocratic perspective.
Alas, the graveyards are full of indispensable men.
Dire.
All right, where's the wacky sax music?
we do need to get down to it. We should.
Yeah, I promised to wield my group collarship with an iron fist. Father Chris, are you
That's
playing as Magnus or Monacan?
Basically, it's my intention to stay Magnus solo until I level up.
Okay, so no Monacan.
No Monacan.
Okay, so we're bringing Owen, sorry, Pasling and Moore, and then Ulfkill said he wasn't going to bring layoff Stan, but was going to bring Dobby.
Well, do we need a thief, or are we okay?
I think we should probably
We
bring.
usually need a thief.
We probably need a thing. I would say bring layoff Stan.
Sure.
You did just give me his we just got him a nice new token. We should use it.
Right.
I totally forgot I was going to make some, and I totally oops.
I did add the 50 experience points to his experience points total. So.
And then Glorpert said he wasn't going to bring Balearic or Bellaric. I can't remember how it was. So that I think is all of our retinues sorted and organized. Is there anything else we need to do before searching for cold hard cash? All right, Richard, give us your best.
You
All
said
right.
something about retainers, didn't you? I'm sorry.
Well, I was just saying. I think we got it all organized of who exactly we're bringing.
I thought you were gonna buy retainers, but yeah, okay.
Oh no. I'm looking to press a random monster into service at best.
Yeah, there's one other thing, but it's very minor. It can wait. Till the
Well,
end of
if
the
Richard's
session.
still prepping stuff. You know?
No, I'm
I
good
managed-
to go.
Oh, okay, let's
Alright.
just focus
No,
on that then.
I think we're good to go.
All right. The village of Cadence Rest closes behind you. They continue their study of how to grapple with the sudden absence of their river trade. Already, they are beginning to muster wagons to attempt to trade upriver and to learn more of what's going on farther afield. Perhaps by the time you return from your sojourn, answers will have been found, but you have more immediately profitable concerns. It's late in the summer at this point. Heat is high in the sky. There is distant storm on the horizon. You're confident that over the course of your journey you will encounter quite the downpour, and I presume you will take appropriate precautions, gather your woolen cloaks, your rain gear, perhaps tarpaulins to protect yourselves from the rain as you shelter. And but before that, tell me, by what route shall you travel to the blighted hole that is Rappan Athuk?
I believe our plan, assuming we still have access to the Myrmidon, is to sail to the old coast road. Now, I don't know exactly the direction, so people can chime in if that helps. But to sail to the old coast road, and then head south by southeast to. This is not the most updated. I know.
It's not the most updated
Test marked on the map exactly where or more. Yeah,
Yes, I actually just posted one in the Maps of Rappan Athuk thing, because I actually found a tiny extra sliver of the map that I have resized and incorporated with the rest. That was the thing I was going to say a minute ago.
excellent. So if we follow the old coast road south and then go off the path when we need to get to the gut entrance, I don't know exactly where the scale is regarding this, but I'm sure people here do.
Oh, I'm sure this is way off.
The scale is indeed quite off.
We worked this out, and it's actually the distance from the the road to the gut entrance should be greater than this, but I don't know exactly how. I'll have to work this out later. Gosh, I should have worked this out sooner. I didn't think of it. But overall, if I remember correctly, it's like 60 miles by boat to the Old Coast Road, which only is then navigable for about 6 miles, and then there's another 20 miles, 24.
Hang on a second. I'm
Is
posting a
the
link
gut.
to the relevant moment. It's 60 miles by boat downstream is 1 day there and 3 days back. From the North Bridge to the mausoleum is 6 miles by road and then 18 miles of hilly terrain, which is about 2 days each way.
Hmm.
So right
Alright,
now, the
so-
usual cadence is to go there, end the session into proximity of Rappan Athuk, begin the next session into proximity of Rappan Athuk, and end the second session by returning home to Cadence Rest.
So we can't actually even adventure today in the gut. Maybe, possibly.
No, I mean you could, like we fast
Well,
like we
if
fast
the
forward past.
caller can
Okay.
get on it, like he said.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Crack that whip.
operate operate as intended.
All
Act
right.
as if.
We shall see what crises unfold during your travel. The river journey from Cadence Rest to the intersection of the coast road and the river proceeds apace, and nothing goes wrong. 1 day passes. Becomes the 20th. Actually, before we continue, you're the caller. Tess, you're the mapper. Who wants to
Yes.
be the timekeeper?
You can do it again.
All right, as you like it.
What's today's
The-
date?
The 19th is spent in river travel, uneventful, no random encounters. There will be 2 days of travel along the coast road and through the hills. And oh. On the second day of travel, after you have pierced into the hills around Rappan Athuk, you encounter something unexpected. One moment. In the meantime, but while we do this, I'm going to briefly step away from this map, go to this map. First off, you can see we have nice new tokens for Dobby and Leofstan. Now, make sure that alas, poor Mordaigian, we knew him well.
Rip in peace, brother.
Rest in peace. Please assemble your marching order as you see fit while I determine what horror precisely befalls you now.
Which way would you like us to orient the front?
As general speaking, up is front.
Okay.
Moore and Niesel are also not with us.
More is Niesel is
More
not.
more is, you're right. You're right. Sorry. Get out of here, Niesel.
Roll 20 so laggy.
I like how doofy Brother Dobby looks. His helmet kind of looks like a concierge bell.
I like how it's not centered. It's like a little cricket.
It's sliding off.
I'm sorry if I meant to be moving a token or something. Roll 20. It took that long from the last time you spoke, Richard, to now to take like 4 actions in roll 20.
No problem.
Incredible.
Classic.
Yeah, classic roll 20.
Pinnacle of tabletop adventuring. Oh, I have to change my saving throw too, don't I?
I think we're
Yeah.
still missing all of Father Chris's people in the area.
I believe that's intentional, as he's
yeah.
going without any retainers at this
I'm
time.
not bringing any.
Oh, okay. Oh, I
That's
see.
sweet,
Brother
sweet
Davi's
XP.
health bar was covering up Magus's name, so I couldn't see it.
How close are you to leveling up, Father Chris?
I am 45255 out of 50,000.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Jeez,
pretty good.
50,000.
3
It's
more
time to-
hordes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. But we've been getting 1 horde per 4 sessions. So
Averaging.
yeah.
On the second day, as dusk is falling, you sense a presence pursuing you. Not swiftly, but with a quiet malice. Eyes in the forest. The tree looking on, peering over the edges of hill crests. Great wolves, and regular wolves, both great and small, stalk at your feet, sniffing, following your trail, and observing you from a great distance, considering, wondering. Taking your measure. But they do not close. And in time, they drift away. However, you have determined that in these hills, there are wolves, and more so, there are great wolves, larger than any wolf should be, the size of a horse, regarding you with the quiet confidence of a malicious beast.
You guys
However-
think? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, now I want to make sure I understand your disposition. Finbar, you are going on horse?
I don't think so. I think I'm. Well, no, yes, yeah, I normally would be. Yep. But we're
Okay.
traveling, obviously, at speed of unhorsed.
Naturally. Well, your horse is quite concerned about these developments. Its hackles are up, its nostrils are flared, and its eyes are wide and wild. An old and primal fear is taking hold of it. It yearns to flee. But no, your horse is a war horse, yes?
Yes, it is.
So by ancient alchemy, the terror in its heart is transformed into malicious anger. It stamps and froths, gazing wrathfully upon the wolves, ready to split skulls with its hooves, dare they approach.
Hey, we finally found the difference between a war horse and a regular horse.
I mean, I've been harping it up so much, I can't not express it now. However, this is a larger concern in that you are being quietly. If you wish to retain ownership of your horse, you may wish to address the concern that you are being quietly stalked by at least 6 wolves.
Yeah, do they seem relatively intelligent or as intelligent as wolves are?
It's difficult. You'll have to ask them and put them to the test if you wish to evaluate their intelligence. At a distance, it's difficult to establish the intelligence of any sort of creature.
Yeah. What are the odds that the this is for the group? What's the deal with the Lady of Wolves? I know that's quite a distance from here. But
That's what I was wondering. Like, if there's any connection, or if we're outside of like her jurisdiction.
That is a mystery I cannot clarify.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know what we can do to address this. Any ideas? I mean, I would assume have a fire up.
As we hunt them down and slay them all.
We can
What do you mean
slay them.
address it? Yes.
They can outpace the party.
Does anyone want to have
Yeah.
parley with them and maybe tell them we are friends of the...
You speak wolf, my friend.
Yes, we have no druid among us.
I only speak woldish, not wolfish.
My name is Wolfkill, or close enough. I can...
Yes, our gracious king, of course.
Of course.
Maybe offer them your eye.
Oh,
no.
Oh,
Not a bad idea.
Yes, it is.
that's a terrible idea.
That's an awful idea.
No.
When the
That
DM
does-
tells
that
you
does
it's
give
a
me an
bad
idea.
It will steal your legend, my friend. Trust me.
I'll just have these wolves. I'll inform these wolves as to what I taste like.
I
Nothing could
don't
go
think
wrong.
it's quite legendary unless he plucks it back from the wolf.
I
Straight off
think
the
if a
wall.
man plucks out his own eye, feeds it by his own hand to a pack of wolves, that is sufficient for legend.
Okay, well, if nobody speaks wolfish, Sloan, you're like a creature, right? What's the deal there? How does this work? Is this insult? Is this like offensive?
I'm not just.
He is an angel.
I'm a coatl. That's nothing to do with wolves. You're more
Okay,
wolf than I am.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah, your king just established he is part wolf. I think.
Why don't you go hover over them and
Yeah, unless they could breathe fire at me, I'll probably be relatively safe from them.
Can we investigate? Did they leave like considerable tracks? Can we follow their tracks, maybe back to their den?
Are you a ranger? Are you studied in the ancient lore of the woods? Have you been?
I was a
tutored
pig
at the feet-
farmer.
Have you been tutored at the feet of Arthur? You don't know these secrets.
If you're a pig farmer, you know to be afraid of wolves.
Yes. Unless you have
Well,
a
they're
wild
pigs.
boar at your side, then perhaps the wolf should show hesitancy. But
That's
alas,
true.
you do not have your
Yeah.
host of pigs.
It's
Dude,
as
I
simple as
wish.
they chose not to attack, and so we move on. If they do
Yeah.
attack, more fool them.
That's a
So-
really good point, Magnus.
And don't
The
spoil their
larger,
coat.
the reason I raised the concern is where are you going to put your horse once you go into the ground hole?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What are the odds? What are the odds that we just like trust the wolves won't eat the horse? Is that
If you're willing to play those odds, then you're willing
Probably
to
not great
reap their
odds.
rewards.
I don't want to ask.
We
I
don't
don't
have
have
men.
retainers of my
Bring-
own. I don't want to ask anybody to stay behind.
Yeah, we don't have our like a.
Perhaps we could stow the wolf. Perhaps we could stow the horse underground, but not the parts of underground where it will be hurt or where it can't fit.
We just have
we
to
can
hope
ch-
that the
Would
the
the
watcher
horse
in the
want to go
deep
on
doesn't eat it, and
Yeah,
we
exactly.
get to the
Would
other
horse-
side and it's just there somehow.
Would the horse agree to that? Go into the-
I'm willing to bet the horse it probably isn't interested in going underground. So I think we get there and we say, hey, Twilight Sparkle, it's underground or it's with wolves. Those are your options. I don't know really what else we can do.
I hope you don't expect me to speak horse either.
if we
Listen,
come across, maybe you could have spoke basilisk, but that was
Did
a
we
different
pass
thing.
those watchtowers? If we knew about this
Watchtowers.
problem ahead of time, we're going to which entrance are we going to? Oh, that's right. We're taking the river boat.
Yes.
Never
We
mind.
we took the boat, and then we.
You're
walked the
already
rest of it.
about. Sorry.
Oh,
Can't the boat
Yeah.
crew watch him? Isn't there
Oh,
a
I-
crew?
We're in the
Yeah, the boat is
hills
over
now.
here. You're already
Oh.
deep in the hills.
Oh,
I hate to say this, but I think we got to march back there to that boat so you don't lose a warhorse. I mean, isn't a
Yeah, I
warhorse
mean,
like
it's-
400 gold
It's
pieces
two-
or something?
I thought it was
A
200.
war horse is 200.
200.
Oh no,
That's a
just
lot.
you just gotta let this horse go. Sorry.
It might be
Or-
okay.
All I'm saying,
You
these
could
are
just try
very
to lead it
large
underground.
wolves. These are large wolves, and with large wolves come large pelts.
Glorpert throws a little tantrum. Is like, this is not going well, Finbar. We've marched all
Yeah.
this way and we have a horse.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I don't want the horse to die, but marching it all the way back seems like an unnecessary
That's so
detour
far.
for the sake of a horse. So I think we carry on. I wish one of us spoke wolfish, or we had a druid or something, but I think we have to operate under the assumptions that we have, under the skills that we have, right? So
I
I think
could try to speak common to them, but I'm
Yeah,
no better than you.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think if they come up again, just be like, maybe we can try to talk to them. But I'm not interested in hunting them down. I'm not interested in backtracking all the way, and I don't think anybody else here is. So if worst comes to worst, I'll take a 200 gold hit and get a new horse. These things happen.
As you like it.
I don't like it, but this is how we're gonna do it.
You
You're probably
proceed
fond of the beast.
you proceed through the hills until you reach the entrance, which leads to the fungus cave, the small fungus cave, which on the second level. From that entrance, you can see the stony mausoleum, by which you first entered by which some of you first entered the top floor of Rappan Athuk. Do you proceed inward into the depths?
Yes. And we should probably at least try to bring the horse, see how it reacts to these dangerous areas.
Yeah. What's Twilight Sparkle's opinion on going into a fungus cave?
Let's see. I'm going to roll her morale.
It's actually a guy. I just named him Twilight Sparkle.
That's a perfectly cromulent name. The horse. The horse.
My
does
Little
not-
Pony.
The horse has no patience for the prospect of going into the hole in the ground full of smells which reek of chaos, madness, and death. Frankly, by horse standards, this is the sort of smell where you smell it and then you die of fear. So the fact that the horse is firmly refusing to enter rather than spontaneously perishing already speaks to its good qualities as a horse. Well, his good
well,
qualities as a horse.
I'll tie him off onto a tree, or however it would, however we would store him normally.
Why not just leave him? I mean, if he knows who his master is, and then that way, if the wolves come, he at least has a chance to run.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, like either wolves come and he runs away, or he runs away, or he is able to fight them. Yeah, we'll give him a chance. We'll leave him untied.
Sounds good. 1 second.
Good luck, Twilight Sparkle. We will remember you.
Alrighty. Down into the depths, the horse waits patiently at the entrance as you descend. Its head lowers, and the last you see of it as you go is its broad lips contentedly tearing turf from the earth and chewing on grass. And then, the GM arduously pulls up the appropriate map. The GM conceals his face in shame as he realizes he has not yet moved all of the appropriate tokens to the correct spot. He hides the player character's tokens in the door in the hall where he last left them.
I personally, Richard, I think you're doing a great job.
I know.
That's just me, though.
I want Zalatin to draw me a animated face with my eye popping out.
Alrighty.
I normally have to pay for something like that.
That is true. All right. You arrive late in the evening. Oh, timekeeper, you departed on the 19th and spent the 19th in the river.
Yep.
And then you spent the 20th and the 21st in travel. It is now the 17th. It is now the 7th hour of the evening of the 21st. Into the darkness you go.
Okay, so I think we'd like to move through the fungus cavern to get to the this square room before we get to the hallways.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything
Does
you
that
wish?
make sense?
Yes. The fungus cavern opens before you. The ragged and hard-working remnants of the fungus patches you've destroyed so many times continue their fitful attempts to regrow.
Should we smash them up as we go along, guys?
Richard,
probably,
could you shift reposition us? I'm in the black.
Yes, one moment. How about now? Can you see?
I cannot. Oh wait, there it goes. Yes.
Cool.
You're not kidding about it being laggy. Yeah, I guess we'll smash up some more mushrooms on our way through.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any torches to contribute? I believe I have one torch. I have one more torch to contribute towards
I have 4 torches on me.
All right, I will contribute.
I have
my last
6.
torch.
Yeah.
Or I'll
I'll
let you guys
contribute
contribute your torches.
All right. The good news is that you don't need to. Because you don't need to. The fungus is not a threat to you presently because it hasn't yet matured. So you don't need to discard the torches by throwing them desperately into a pool of oil. You can just burn the fungus out manually. However, this will consume a turn as you pass through the room.
I think it's worth.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think we have room to safely navigate, but it's like trimming the weeds.
Yeah, if you don't do it now, you'll have to do it later, and if you do it later,
Yeah.
they'll be trimming back at you.
Naturally.
Talking to herself.
At 7:10, you have completed your. No, at 7:20, given the distance involved here. Yeah, 7:20, you have completed your purgation of the fire and proceeded onwards to the Room of Dirt, which has so often in the past seemed on the verge of bursting apart, and yet every time you've arrived has held itself together just so. The door before you is, as before, iron-banded wood and is closed.
Okay, so before we carry on into the gut itself, I wasn't here last week, but you cleared the ogres, you found some stuff down there, and that this down marked on the map is steep enough to where you need rope and stuff to climb down it, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's someone who is sure-footed or capable of flight would be able to navigate it well enough, but the average layman, especially those of us in armor, would likely need a rope in order to safely navigate down.
Oh, did you
Okay.
see my proposal to just go west of the ogre room? Because we got a premonition that there was something to the southwest of the tomb of Sarachek.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, if I remember correctly, your two suggestions were that door and then the bones hallway. Looks like there's some sort of weird crack or something down there.
Yeah, there's a crack over there. But there's also the possibility that it's a secret room somewhere, and we just have to check the walls for secret passages, which will take
Right.
forever.
So I say we move and we check that doorway first. I think that's the low-hanging fruit.
Yes. It's also
Objections?
none for me.
All right, make it so. So we'd like to enter into the gut proper, weighing a left through that door, past the tomb, around the corner, and the unopened door near where we fought the ogres.
That's correct.
All right.
Take a few turns to get there at our normal speed, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you
We're
wish
at
to move with
6 or
discretion?
9.
Do you wish to move at exploration pace or at a swift pace?
We've been down here so many times. It's certainly not exploration per se.
I think we can move at a swift pace.
All right.
Well, the last time we did that, Gordigian died. So,
Well, your call.
well, it's an unexplored area.
Are we're here where this token is before this door?
Yes.
What does the door look like?
The door is iron-banded wood. It's about 6 feet tall. It's got an arched top. No, it does not have an arched top. It's got a flat top, as I remember now that there have been things balanced atop it in a little trick in the past.
Yes.
It does not appear to be locked, though it may require a bit of strength to lever open. In the past, it has sometimes been a little stuck, but it's never been locked.
You said that there's something where a threshold can contain objects on it, like a shelf, like the threshold is not flush with the stone.
I think this was the door that was once trapped to have like a bucket of beetles that fell on someone.
Yes.
Yes.
Or Daigian.
I take my halberd and gently scrape it where the beetle bucket was.
All right. You gently poke the window open. You gently poke the door open and scrape along the top.
Oh, it's
There
on
are-
the other side. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense
Presumably.
then.
But there are no traps on the other side as well.
Okay.
The door opens with only a little effort.
I could be wrong, but I think the one that we take to the south corridor was jammed open with a stake.
Was it?
I don't remember.
Well, it no longer is now.
Rip.
I think we could probably just move at the standard pace, south through this hallway to the door which we have not yet opened.
All right. Does anyone specific open this door?
Finbar can do it.
Okay.
Since he's
Finbar.
being reckless, might as well be reckless.
A faint dread. You put your hand on the doorway. But alas, it's just the paranoia engendered by this miserable place.
Got a little bit of that Twilight Sparkle paranoia on me.
You advance cautiously.
Is there anything? This is a long corridor.
They're pretty long corridors.
Is there-
200 feet north to south.
Is there anything different about the floors, walls, or ceiling on this corridor? Left or right, or up or down?
You move with sagely paranoia, well seasoned by your time in the darkness. On either side, simple stone, neither insidiously dark nor corpse-like in grayness. Just stone. No residue of former aberration, no indications of malefic intent. The doorway on your left side remains open, and from it, no alien noises arise. For the moment, you feel genuinely alone in the dark. This place feels less like the malevolent hell you know it to be, and more like a simple castle's basement. Though, as you round the corner and pass this way, there is the faintest lingering smell of ogre blood. 2 turns are spent in travel to this point, so it should now be 7:40.
Yep.
Thank you. You have reached the limit of your knowledge. Past this, all you have is uncertainty and guesswork. What do you do?
I reckon at this rate we can slow our pace down to be more cautious and intentional. I think Finbar, I think, would be looking not necessarily less for traps, but for secret passages or doors. I see at the end of our lantern light there's at least 2 doors which we have not yet opened.
That is true.
At least I've not yet mapped, I should say.
To the best of my knowledge, well, this party's never open though. Someone else was
Right.
down here. But
Yeah.
based on, it's not on the other map either. You can see
Right.
the point where like the 2 map styles interlock.
So I think we should have Layoff Stan search this door. Oh, just accidentally opened it. This door here for traps. And if you guys want to spend the time, have him listen as well. But I think we should enter into that room as cautiously as possible and see what we've got.
I am totally okay with spending the extra turns to do so.
Okay.
Glorpert will draw his 2-handed blade and watch the rear.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Perderi will take his retinue and square up the other way to be wary of any approaching threats from the other.
All right. So, centered on this door, Perderi facing this way, Glorpert facing this way, and Leofstan at work at the door. Do I understand correctly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, let me make sure you're on the right spot. All right. One moment. This
Skill will be
door-
on the west side, I guess.
Understood. You spend 1 turn examining. Lofstan spends 1 turn examining the door. It is more modest than the others. It is not banded in iron. It is simple wood, though it is nailed together firmly, both by lengths of iron and wooden dowels. I'm rolling his detect traps check. He is confident that there are no traps here. He is so confident that he will open the door for you if you wish.
Should we spend the 10 minutes to have him listen?
Yes, I think so.
What are the actual odds of that succeeding if we know ICD?
His finding in which finding traps?
In listening, like, I seem to remember that's
4 in 6.
4 and 6. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Have we
It's much better than his
have
odds
we
of finding.
explored this door here? Has this one been opened?
Mark, point it again.
I'm sorry, it's that laggy. It took 5 seconds, and then it very briefly
Sorry.
blipped. Okay.
One to the left? or
Yeah,
where
has that
was
been
it?
opened?
I do not believe so.
No.
Finbar, what if we expanded our bracket here and had a guard ahead of this door, Glorpert back here, listening here, and then checking this door so that we could be... Now, the downside to that is if something attacks Glorpert, it's going to take time to get everyone together. It's going to probably take
Right.
a combat round, but...
What do you, Praderi, would you mind having your retinue down this way?
Yep.
Okay, I like that idea. We'll extend our bracket out with Praderi and his friends past that door, and then having Layoff stand investigating this door while we enter into this one. Does that sound right?
Yeah, we could.
That sounds
We could do that or investigate it, since 10 rounds, 10 minutes is going to pass regardless. So I'm just thinking we might as well maximize the use of that 10 minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
We are close enough to be mutually supportive if we're attacked.
indeed.
And it is after this. I believe it'll be 8.
One moment.
I'm adding that door to the map because previously we only seen it in the distance, and I hadn't grasped that there were 2 doors, well, 3 doors on the north side of this corridor.
Yeah, from inside frame to inside frame, it's about 35 feet.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever. I don't remember seeing this door, the second door at the end of our lantern light.
We've seen it. We've gone down this entire hall. We just haven't opened it.
Okay.
All right. By the way, Tess, I have updated your token
Thank you.
to account for your.
Yo, he looks drippy.
Thank you.
You have established your perimeter. You feel secure. Do you wish to open the door?
Hang on,
inside.
wait. Were we going to listen, or?
Oh yeah, you did do that. Do you want to?
Yes, I think so.
All right. You spend a turn in listening carefully. From within it, as far as Lofstan can tell, no sound issues whatsoever. It is now 7:50.
It's now 8. I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
10 minutes investigating for traps and then another 10 for listening.
Yeah.
Then it is now 8. Thank you.
Okay,
Let's
so
pop it open, I think.
at this point, I think Layoff Stand is going to go check for traps on the other door.
Okay.
While the rest of us who are not on guard duty or thief duty open this door and enter into this room.
Praderi will push forward. Actually, would he benefit at all from the aura for checking? It wouldn't affect his checking or anything like that, would it?
No.
Okay.
Not unless he has to make a saving throw at the.
Yeah,
at
I'm
the
gonna back
minimum.
up just enough so that he's actually inside the aura.
Gotcha. Meanwhile, who's opening this door here? The middle one?
If no volunteers, Finbar.
I'll do it. I haven't yet. And since I'm in the back, I'll just close the ranks here, sheath the sword, bring out the halberd, open the door.
Yes, and I put down a little Finbar.
I'm like a retainer.
Yes. Glorpert puts his palm to the handle of the door frame, and no ill fate befalls him. Pushes it open, illuminated by a lantern held by someone or another. Within is a supply of construction equipment, it seems.
Okay.
Piles of wood and tools neatly stacked. A big box in the center of the room. Various carpentry equipment is stored here. Several very long spans of timber. An axe. A great box of nails. Potentially valuable, but not in the way you seek.
Rather than looting this, like we've tried to do impromptu construction efforts while we're here, so it probably makes sense to just leave this stuff here, in my opinion.
Ceiling, smell, and does this stuff look usable?
The ceiling is smooth stone, buttressed faintly by diagonal insets where the ceiling meets the walls. The smell is dry and musty,
Good.
and this stuff does look usable.
Nice.
Ulfkill, peering over Glorpert's shoulder, recognizes some of this collection of tools in some of the half-completed works here. This is a place where coffins are made.
Finbar, I'm right here at the door entrance. This is taking 10 minutes. If somebody will give me a pole, I will go in and poke ahead just to get to the corner, just to pass a light under, because there's two benches here to make sure there's nothing like a storage, a container, a box, a thing behind.
This thing here in the back left corner is a grid pile of lumber. This is a big box. This is also a box, and this is a big pile of tools.
Okay.
So the good news is that there's nothing obvious hidden under this. However, rats in the cracks,
Right.
rot grubs,
Yeah, if you're
face-eating river monkeys.
Finbar, what I propose, pole, poke box, get to the lumber, pull behind, and then leave it, and don't do any full searches. We have 10 minutes, so we could do all of that. With that amount of movement and coming back, we could finish that easily in 10 minutes.
And you do have the halberd, so you can do that. You have the pole necessary.
Okay.
Okay. I will roll a search check.
If that's okay with you, Finbar.
Yes, that sounds great. And then while this is transpiring, Layoff Stan is checking this door for traps.
Yeah.
In that same 10-minute window.
Are any of the tools particularly rare tools, or do they look like well-made, or is this something for the check?
Yeah, there's actually a drill press in here. It's crazy.
That'd be really nice.
This is an angle grinder.
Frankly, the quality of the tools here is difficult to establish. They've seen use within living memory. That much is clear. Many of them are still oiled. However, they are. Thinking about this, they are functional tools. They have not been put to any purpose which might need to be presented to anyone for any aesthetic satisfaction. They are in questionable repair, and their value is more than nothing. Like, if you found nothing else today, you could pick these up and go home and perhaps pay the bare expenses of your trip. But the steel and iron are not so valuable in Albion that you must scrape up every stray piece of tool equipment to bring home for a meager profit.
In the past, we've tried building barricades, and this could be useful for that later, so I think we should keep it here. It could be more useful someday.
Yeah.
It does look like you could use this to make barricades.
So the wood is still serviceable? It's not dry rotted or anything like that?
It does indeed seem to be still serviceable.
Let's keep that in our pocket.
Yep.
All right. Glorpert performs his search under the watchful eye and support of his comrades. Within, he finds no hidden hazards and no hidden treasures. This room seems to be just what it seems to be. As he does this, Lofstan continues his examination of the door farther to the west, and concludes that this door, a iron-banded portal with a rounded arch, contains no hidden mischief either. He presumes...
What kind of place is this, my friends? I mean, that place where a demon lord like Sarachek, and then down around the corner there's a funeral preparations room for coffins?
Well, it's a tomb.
And on the
go
surface above, a graveyard.
Yeah.
Perhaps these coffins are for you.
So
I hope not.
whose tomb? I mean, was it evil to begin with, or was it moved into by evil people?
Well, that tomb to the east, where the Sarasek's lair, that seemed to be in like his final resting place. On the I think he's talking about on the surface. There's the graveyard, right?
I begin to suspect that this is a graveyard all the way down.
Yeah. Perhaps we've encountered the Undertaker, and may even know his name.
Oh, yes.
Shot smaller.
You said it aloud.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
it isn't
we
There
deduced
was
it was
no particular reason to think there was
incantation.
any trouble.
Yeah, we've cleared it of being a incantation.
We
But
should.
yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
perhaps. You go ahead.
No,
you.
no, please.
I was gonna say like it may be valuable to leave a note. It looks service. There is wood for the using. Perhaps I have some chalk. We can leave a note on the wall in here, and then the next time we find ourselves this way, we could check to see if there's a response.
I think that's a swell idea, Perderi. Why don't you do so?
I shall. I think about what to do. I'll do that. We can do that after we
You're like,
finish
hey,
this
nice
other door.
workshop.
Hey,
I
like
don't because I don't suppose anyone has like quill and parchment or anything.
Chalk.
Yeah, I could write in chalk. It's fine. But I'll think about what to say while we check
Nice
this other
handy,
door.
nice handiwork, shots.
Mr. Mahler.
I mean, I think my guy has mapping supplies, because diegetically that's what's happening.
I believe that is so.
But I still think you should use chalk.
Yeah.
Not letting you use my nice quill on this rock.
Come on now.
Oh, right on paper. But yeah.
Okay.
We should keep moving.
Yeah, let's move
Yes.
to the west.
You continue westward. Do you wish? Lofstan asks if you wish him to listen at the door.
I think so. Yes, I think we should probably spend the time to be cautious.
Okay.
Was he doing that already while we were fooling around?
He was checking for traps in the 10 minutes.
Yes. He also, generally speaking, in order for him to listen with the efficacy that characterizes the listening of a thief, everyone else needs to shut up, which is a difficult process, always. And he spends 10 minutes in inquiry. I believe we're now at 8:20. Do I remember, or have I jumped ahead by 10 minutes?
It is now 8:20. Yes,
Okay, cool.
upon the completion of the listening.
Sounds good. He informs you in a quiet voice that on the other side of the door, he can hear the chattering of rats.
You guys think it's shot smaller?
Should we knock and ask?
Want me to
That
roll
makes
my
sense.
eye under the door?
Oh,
That could
That's-
go very poorly. Very
Oh, with a bunch of
quickly.
rats. Oh.
Hungry.
Oh! Yeah,
I
you
propose that we
be
do
cautious
in
with
fact-
that. Don't put
I-
me in a position where I have to decide if I'm going to rule. Please don't put me in a position where I have to decide, am I going to eat Ulfkill's eyeball?
my understanding
while
of the
in that
ring is
position.
You
that
like being in that position.
You
That's
put yourself in that
exactly what you wanted to do.
I have a little fun with it, it's true. But it's
Okay, okay.
Oh,
I propose that we do in fact just knock, because if they're just rats, they're no real threat to us. But if they're intelligent people were rats, then
We
they
want them
have
to
already
be-
reached out to us.
yeah, we want them to be calm when we open the door. We don't want them
It
to
becomes
be...
a glassy eye, doesn't it?
I
Does
need to
it?
remind some
Yeah.
of you here, I think I may be the only one who remembers this, but the last time we met these were-rats, we nearly killed them all. Certainly we killed all of their... Anyway, it was not a pleasant encounter, and we should have killed them, certainly.
I
they
don't
were trying
think
to kill
that,
us.
I didn't know you fought were rats.
I was not there for that.
Yeah, that was long before I think any of us. We did fight some rats in one of the rooms further is either on the northern side of this area or further to the west. We fought some rats, just normal rats, but not were rats. That is a question though. Do presuming that where rats enjoy company of rats, do we strike out at these, or do we try to maybe parlay and find out what it is this shot smeller wants and why they made the effort to reach out to us?
I think if they're just rats, they're not much of a threat to us. So I think alerting them wouldn't be that big of a problem. So we should just knock. in my
So
opinion.
it sounds like our options
But-
are knock, rush in, or other. I guess so. Knock or rush in and start swinging at rats. AJ, what do you think?
I'm okay with killing rats. I just don't know what effect, if any, this would have on any potential diplomacy, should diplomacy be a desired path.
Okay, John.
I think we just bang the door and say, "Shot smaller, come on out if you're in there."
Okay.
We would have a
Magnus.
word.
Maybe in a little more friendly tone than that, but yeah.
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 Okay.
All right, Ross and Magnus have any compunction?
No words are
Uh-oh.
needed for those things mutated by this place.
Mm.
Blades are enough.
Well, I agree with our gracious king, do you not, Glorpert? Should we not take his wish as our command?
He bows his head a little bit. You're right, of course, Magnus. You're right.
You don't have to like it, but all right. So Ulfkel, would you mind knocking for us and introducing us? Asking.
Certainly. Yo, shot smaller. We have come a calling. Please step forth. Let me have a good look at you with my good eye.
I just had to mute myself because that cracked me up. Oh.
Wow.
Shotzi.
On the on the opposite door,
I hope he loses his eye. I hope he loses his eye, and it's not because I don't like him. It's because I like him. I hope he loses his eye for that reason.
on the opposite side of the door, you hear the most undignified and alarmed shriek you've heard in some time. A sound like a rat interrupted in the midst of enjoying a fine meal by a cleaver slamming down right next to it. A sudden transition from contentment to mind-numbing terror. A great squeaking arises, and then silence. All of you
Right.
could hear the panic which suddenly unfurled.
Yep.
I
You
propose-
knocked on our door, 2 weeks ago?
around then, I think.
Yeah, within the last fortnight. We did not answer.
As you speak against the door, no answer is forthcoming.
Maybe they're just rats.
It's
The wheeled
possible.
cleavers?
It's possible that there's just rats.
I figured
I'm
like a
going to
60%
op-
chance it was just rats.
I'm going to open the door.
Okay, let's all
Yep,
get ready.
And
Yeah.
we've announced ourselves, so we intend to enter.
Yeah.
You say nothing, we shall enter and defend ourselves.
Open in the name of the king.
There's no.
Here
no
is what you
knocking
find.
here.
You shove open the door.
Ah, he fled.
Yes.
Well,
You find the thing you see, the only thing you see before it vanishes into very thin cracks in the walls, too small even for a child to crawl through, is a corpulently pregnant rat waddling through the tiny crack with fervent intent. And then they're gone.
how big was the rat? Other than
Oh.
the corpulently, like what species size are we talking here?
Wow. Yay big.
Oh,
About
so
the
just
size
a
of-
big, just
Fairly
a big old
normal.
rat.
New
How about
York
the size-
size.
the largest real rat that has ever existed. So
Okay.
not a big deal by adventurer standards, but large.
Kind of noteworthy because it's not like there's a bunch of trash to eat down here.
Are you kidding?
Okay, maybe sometimes.
There's so many dead things down here.
Okay.
And you keep
You made
making
your
more of
point.
them.
Let's have a look in this room.
Okay.
We may have directly contributed to the rat problem.
Speaking of dead things
Probably.
in this room, as you enter, behind the door, you spy the thoroughly scavenged carcass of what used to be a ghoul, though it has been eaten down almost to the tendon by what looks like a tremendous horde of rats.
Good.
What else is in this room?
I'll float in and take a peek.
There is a loose nest of shredded indigestible materials. Yes, agree. Just so. Within which you find a small fortune worth of rat feces and
Uh,
We're rich.
a simple straw doll. That looks like it belongs to us. That looks like it might have belonged to a child in Cadence Rest.
well, that's sad.
Imagine playing a game with a dungeon that's like 8 levels deep for 2 years, and you claw your way down there for so long, and then you find this pile of rat crap. This dungeon, man. I said,
All the cropulite you could ever want.
like, you all have worked so hard to get down here, and then there's this pile of crap down here. That's just.
I wasn't sure if you were I wasn't sure if you were gonna make a joke about like how there's like a child's doll here, like some kid just wandered down.
8 levels deep,
Not.
and you're still just like, here's a pile of crap.
Don't
That's right.
poke it. I don't trust it. Poke it.
I definitely want to poke it. I want to sift it around in the hopes that there's something in it.
Throw your eye in there,
Clink.
my lord.
Astonishingly, Glorpert's depraved thirst for cash in the most unlikely of places is once again rewarded by this ridiculous place. Within the nest, he finds 66 silver pieces, and within the child's doll, he discovers a gemstone sewn into its fabric.
Wow.
Thumb-sized agate worth 50 gold pieces. I'll
So
write that
it's
down.
Alton's a
50.
big fan of like crafts, so he's like, no, don't break it. Oh,
What was
there's a gem
the
in there.
first thing? I'm sorry.
66 silver pieces.
66
Right.
silver pieces. Okay.
Yes, I have written it down in the Otherworld Adventures chat.
Well, what do you guys think? Do you want to go investigating rat tunnels or continue down the hallway?
You have no means of investigating the rat tunnels unless
Okay,
you have
they're too
some-
small.
Okay, they're more
Yes.
slender than they look on the map.
Okay,
Yes.
then I reckon we're done here. We can continue.
Should we block the tunnel?
Let's nail this
Block the rat
door.
tunnel?
If we can't get through, that's a great plan. Yeah, right? Because, like,
Yeah.
we can't actually access the tunnel, so we should just nail the door, right?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
By the way, no big deal, but I don't have vision on my token.
I could have sworn
Alright.
I fixed that.
You seem perturbed, Richard.
I am perturbed. Put some effort. It says it has. It says it has vision.
I have vision on the party token. In
Oh,
this game.
you don't emit light. You don't emit light. That's why.
Oh, okay, that makes way more sense. My bad.
Yeah, you do have vision. You just
There was
don't
actually
emit
no way
light.
for me to know that, but yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought that was funny the way you said that.
Okay.
Yeah. So can we use nails from the carpentry room to nail up this door?
I have some iron spikes.
Yeah. But
You cannot use nails to. Here's why you cannot use the nails to seal this door shut. You would have to nail the door to the stone.
great. Gotcha. Okay.
We can probably
Well-
only spike it if it swings outwards, though.
You can
Which
sort of
way?
wedge it.
Okay,
I say we spike it and move on.
very well.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can't really like ensure that there's no way for it to open, but you can make it a lot harder for it to open.
Yeah. And let's focus on other stuff because those are just normal rats. They're not a big issue.
Yes.
I don't know that those were normal rats, but we'll continue.
As you wish.
Where are we on the time span? 8:30?
It is after sifting through all that. It is now 8:30.
Okay.
Proceed west.
Literal
West.
sifting.
Okay. Proceed west.
Yeah,
to a
literally
usual
sifting through
cautious
the crap.
pace.
Yes.
Okay. You proceed about 100 feet, moving with the caution suitable to someone who is not sure if the ground in front of them will sprout teeth and kill them. It is now 8:40.
As we move here, I look along the walls and on the ceilings to see if the ceiling at any point has cracks, if it's concave, if the stone is defaced, or if it changes, either by chips or portions of it falling off, or if the material looks like it was laid differently or hewed differently. Hewn.
As you proceed, you see no discontinuity in the style of construction. The ceiling remains, sort of loosely arched. The interior masonry is, big chunks of stone and mortar. Solid, workmanlike. Nothing too dramatic. There isn't the sense of some great and subtle artistry in the walls. Men could have built this place. To the north, 100 feet to the north, you spy a door.
It's that door we couldn't unlock.
35 feet to the west, you spy a end of the hall.
Right. We're going to
I
investigate the end of the
think-
hall and look for the
I
crack.
think
Find that-
based off of our mapping that there's something weird about that wall.
That's sus. Yes.
It's sus as heck, I believe the kids say.
Let's investigate closely.
Okay.
Yeah, is there anything? I guess the question would be: is there anything visibly different about this dead end?
Okay.
Yes.
Tap.
From this distance, you can see a subtle protrusion into the hallway, as though part of the wall had been pulled away from it and then pushed back into place, but incompletely.
Could we have layoff stand check for traps? I'm worried that. Well, I guess I don't know precisely what I'm worried for, but I also don't want to just do the thing where layoff stand does a thing and there's a roll. So it's slightly towards us from the wall.
Yeah.
Is it like a piece of stone, or is it because it's not cut brick in this hallway, is it?
That is correct. It is. Honestly, brick and mortar isn't the worst way to describe it. It's just the bricks are big lumps of masonry, yay big. More like cinder block. More like cinder block in masonry, except that the cinder blocks are just lumps of stone.
Okay, and then one of these lumps of stone is slightly protruding.
Several of them actually. A vertical row. As if they
Secret
had
door for sure.
Yes.
Probably.
Okay, so do we want to push in with a 10-foot pole on a few of them, or one of them?
Yeah.
That seems reasonable.
Any volunteers?
What skill is a mason? He could
Oh,
look closely.
I will
Just have-
provide my pole to Ulfkill.
please, my liege.
The once foreigner and future king turns his humble beginnings into useful skill, and determines that there is indeed a secret passage behind this stone. And the stone is suspended on a mechanism of well-greased iron that suspends the weight of it and allows it to pivot, not quite soundlessly, but quietly, so that the entire stony wall will rotate aside and let you in, if you dare.
Ingenious.
We dare.
I would dare.
Do you?
Let us.
We should do a little seal salt there on the other side of that and smell and look and see though.
Yep.
Before we cross
Tuck
it.
your eye in there.
Oh, yeah.
That eye at some point.
It's gonna be useful. Murdagian will not have died in vain.
It
You're
turns
treating
into
it like a consumable.
We're gonna create like one of those phone.
Sure.
Oh, sorry.
Oathkill, ask your question.
No, it turns into a yellowish, glassy, like marble, as I recall, and I can roll it forward.
Is that so?
Just, if I recall, that's in the module.
Unfortunately, I don't have the module, so I'm forced
I
to.
feel like
rely
I
on
wish
the
we
wisdom
had
of
the
others.
referee who was talking about it last night here at our
Yeah,
table.
that would be convenient.
Help
me out, man.
I'm sorry. I
And then
will.
when you
I'll just go in.
Okay. Zoltan just jams his face in there and slithers in.
Yeah, we'll follow.
Face
Flap,
first.
flap, flap.
I'm sitting here playing with my eye. Go ahead.
Rolling it
All right.
between your fingers, squishing it a little bit.
All right, 1 sec. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Gotcha.
You were correct. I was incorrect, and I missed that detail, and you are correct, John.
And then when you take the ring off, and it goes whoop, right back in.
A pungent.
So at a distance.
There's a horrible stench from within, like a hot summer day following a gruesome battle. The stench of old, dried blood and rot. A darkened natural crevice extends through the stone, and you can see distantly a half-illuminated portion of a coffin within a chamber lined by stone and masonry, like the chamber around you.
What is the entrance like between this rough stone and the constructed stone? What's the threshold?
Like on the far end,
Yeah.
it is just an archway.
Okay.
There is no door.
All right, that
Look
smell.
at the ceiling.
That smell
50%.
tells us for certain that there's something in there.
Yes.
It's either like the mushroom crap, or something else. But there is something in there. It's definitely not just a cave.
It could just be a lot of bodies.
Well, if there's a lot of bodies around here, there's mice or rats or whatever. There's
That's
there's
true.
gonna be something in the ecosystem
That's why
feasting
those
on it.
other rats were so fat.
Not to be overly naturalist, but there's got to be something that those bodies.
Yep.
Yeah.
That heat is certainly strange as well. But around here, that could be
It's
anything.
weird.
Could just be. Didn't you
Is
see
it-
lava a couple floors down?
There was there lava in the ritual
Temple.
room? The temple? I don't remember. But is
Some
it
kind of
like
heat.
is it like radiant, like, oh, the air is like sticky kind of heat, or is it like the warmth like radiating off of like something that's hot in there, like a animal?
It's not actually particularly hot. It just smells that way. The
Ah.
heat is more of an example of
Like humid hot. Like it
yeah,
just.
humid hot.
Yeah.
It's more
It's unpleasant.
yeah, it's more like an unbelievably foul smell.
If you do
Okay.
want to try out that eye trick, now might be the time to do it. But it still sounds very strange to me.
It'll go
Uh,
and roll it.
I will light my last torch and chuck it down the hall because I don't know that you'd be able to see with if you roll into the darkness.
All right.
Is that okay? Wolf
It's
kill?
okay with
Yeah, just watch my eye.
Okay. I don't even know that the torch will survive the landing, so Predaria will do that. He'll light a torch, he'll wait for the eye to be rolled so that perhaps it's in the room when he throws the torch, it might get a glimpse.
I'm gonna move my token closer to this, if that's okay.
Okay. I assume that
I've
everyone
already
is in,
cloaked myself.
I
I've
assume
already
that
cloaked in
everyone is in around the party token. That's just
Yeah.
sort of inherent.
I'm a little ahead though.
Yee. You cast the eye and the fire. The fire gutters and flickers. The eye rolls out. In the flicker, allow me to toss down a torch real quick. the flickering distance. Where is Wolfkills? Spies many scuttling shapes in the dark. They awaken as if from a great slumber. A host of ghouls, their tongues probing and fluttering up in the air, crawling forward on hands and knees. Their eyes and fingers nibbled away by rats.
Undead, my friends.
Can you retrieve the eye, or do we need to go in there and get it?
Yeah,
Uh,
when he takes the ring off, it
It'll come back.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
roll
said
back.
That
their
rules.
fingers were nibbled by rats.
Yeah, their carcasses look like they look like they've been savaged by time, and
Hopefully they'll be easier to slay.
Mhm.
hopefully.
True.
Can I report to them like what we just saw? Like, so I can assume that they know there's a sigil on the floor, pentagram.
Yes.
Looks like great evil in there, an infestation.
How many, Lord?
Lots of those foul ghouls with the lickety features.
There are not enough of us.
How many could I tell a rough count? Like how many was I able to discern?
More than you can quickly count on two hands.
Soliton
Enough.
will withdraw a little bit so that we can use this as a choke point.
Indeed.
Dairy will press to block the door. They cannot actually approach me, right?
Undead does not qualify as a enchanted monster in the context.
They're
of
not
Ghost
an
Age.
evil creature.
They are an evil creature, but evil creatures
That's
are
right.
not inherently warded off. Only enchanted evil creatures, which in this context means outsiders, summoned things from
Okay.
the inner dark.
Magnus, what do you counsel here? Should we back off?
Can we not turn them?
Well, some of them, but we have Dobby and who else?
Owenin.
Owen in as well.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Are these ghouls or what are they?
I would say yes.
We fought more there like earlier.
Yes.
I mean, it's a
turn them.
fantastic choke point for sure. Like this
And
is
with
a
Magnus here, we
yeah.
can.
Yes, draw them
Yeah,
in
don't-
and I'll blast them if you wish.
Yeah,
It's
the
always
last time we fought them
enjoyable.
with the last time we fought them
Do
with Magnus on our side, we won easily.
is there anything else that we can do to prepare the way? We have a whole workshop, right?
Yeah, why don't we just like douse this area in oil and then when they get
Yeah.
close, just light it? Am I crazy?
The lightning bolt will set it off, right?
I mean,
How
if
much
we can
oil do we
avoid
have?
using up the lightning bolt, I think that would be preferable.
I have on me 4 pints. My followers each have oil as well.
I'm fresh.
Yeah,
out.
I got 6 flasks.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah, what if we just like slathered that whole
Seventeen.
place and just like oil everywhere and then got a couple of people ready with torches, let them get close and then toss some torches?
How will we draw them out?
I could
Just
yell.
The-
Alright.
Well,
Up to.
Look at me, I'm so full of meat.
I am living meat, please.
We could even like
good.
use it as a backstop and put it right there and try to throw a torch over them or something. How high is this?
Possibly.
It's a little narrow, but it's a good
narrow.
7 feet tall.
Okay, yeah, we could
A
like
good 7 feet tall.
toss one over a couple times and get them, and then try to block them here and yeah, cause some
Soliton
mayhem.
would like to prepare his trick of that idea that I had earlier but didn't get to use, where he casts Phantasmal Force to have those piercers on the ceiling.
Oh,
Remember, these ghouls don't have eyes, according to reports.
I don't know how that interacts with Phantasmal Force.
My interpretation of Phantasmal Force is that it can create a plausible multi-sensory a plausible multisensory illusion. It's not limited to just audio.
Or
So you
visual.
can attempt
They gotta have some ability to sense their surroundings, or we're in very little danger.
Right, that's a good point.
We shall find out.
Yeah, so
Um,
I think we can douse the corridor in oil, lure them out, and light it ablaze.
how much oil would this require? DM?
Yeah.
Three bottles. So 3 pints.
Yeah, because each one will make a 3-foot pool.
Each of my followers will use one of their bottles. I'll mark that off on the followers sheet, retainer
Understood.
sheet.
Glorpert will draw his two-handed sword and stand at the rear.
Alrighty.
How many did you throw in for Deary? All
There are all three
Okay.
pints of oil have been used in there.
Want any more? Or is that good? Do you want to really just do another
That
one?
should be enough. Once we light it off, it'll all presumably go up.
All right, so I hit them with Phantasmal Force first, and then we light them up, if possible.
Okay.
Wait, no, that doesn't work because spells work at the end. But does that also factor if I cast it earlier? I don't know.
If you cast it, then it happens, and then we roll initiative. Unless
Okay.
someone interrupts you while you're casting it, in which case,
Okay.
then like initiative
'Cause, yeah,
happens.
the fire
More-
might dispel the illusion.
If you
The
have
more
someone
will go
present, you
ahead.
can open up by casting.
Okay.
More will go ahead and cast Mirror Image because that lasts like 2 hours, something like that.
More is mirrored. You've got more.
Heyo.
And
Will more
hey,
have
it's
to
another
go for this
one.
fun?
There is one more.
They high five each other.
Does anyone think Dolby should cast Bless, or is the lightning enough?
I don't think we need bless.
Okay.
I'm not totally convinced we need the lightning, to be honest.
Nor am I. Let's try the fire
How much
first.
bless do we get in a day?
Once.
Then let's save it.
All right. What is our plan to draw them out? Was that the Phantasmal Force, or are we drawing them out into the Phantasmal Force?
I think we were going. My plan was to have the Phantasmal Force be like a hidden attack that suddenly falls
Okay.
on them. And okay, apparently Phantasmal Force just lasts as long as my concentration does, so I prepare that now.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you want to do you want to prepare it like bombarding them from behind so it lures them, it pushes them toward this?
I don't know how to. I don't know how to like drive them away. So far, whenever they see a threat, they just go towards it. But I don't know. Could I do that? Just have like a wall
Boulders falling, and then
I've already cast it, and like those piercers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my character saw them at some point and is like, oh, that's a good idea. Saw them in a cave in Babylon.
Can Pasling, Moore, Iagon, and Leofston, are there enough people that can attack from the second rank?
Pasling can attack from the second rank. Owanin and Moore, other than Moore throwing darts, they cannot. Owanin has a sling. So if there's people that can attack from the second rank, oops, I accidentally.
Leofston can spear them.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 2, and this is probably a 5-foot space, I think. So,
We'll need
Perhaps-
to have
Perhaps
the ability
three
to cycle out.
spear wielders- Yeah, perhaps 3 spear wielders can stand at the threshold.
ooh,
Don't
yeah,
worry
that's
too
a
much, I would
10-foot space. So,
Ooh. Okay. So that gives you room with your two-hander. I can stand abreast of you, right?
I can't.
And you'd still have room.
I
Consider
can.
that we might need to cycle out the frontliners
Mhm.
if they get
Yeah.
paralyzed.
Yeah, I can stand here with my halberd. I can be with you all.
Cool and
Okay.
good. Now, an urgent question. How will you lure these horrid beasts out to devour your flesh?
Yeah, so the one thing that I've been thinking about is if we make a loud noise to lure them, it potentially lures something else as well. That's something that I'm concerned
Yep.
with.
Perderi will take a bite out of a ration and then throw it down the hall to see
Smell.
see if it does anything.
Okay. I'm
Right into
assuming
the oil.
I assume it's a meaty ration, something that smells savory.
Yeah, it's some jerky.
Jerky, yeah.
See how that goes.
Bit into it to kind of.
Yeah, get your
Freshen
like
up.
spit on it and
Expose
get
the
your
middle.
saliva all over.
I take out some spam.
Oh man,
I've got
Viking
some corned
spam, the
beef.
best. Wow.
If you've got
Head
good spam,
cheese.
that's too valuable to share with a ghoul. And speaking of, one ghoul does poke its withered head into the dim light of your torches. You can see now that it does indeed appear to be blind, though that doesn't appear to affect its ability to maneuver. But it doesn't seem to react to your torchlight.
Oh, we should just start shooting it.
It presses
Yeah.
close and
Let's do it.
extends a maggoty tongue and curls it around the ration you've chopped and drew it into its mouth. And then the first of your projectiles hits it. So go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll to hit. Its armor class is, as I recall, 13.
Damn, these are not good
Fine.
rolls.
I can't tell if it's
Fine
gems.
selection.
Are we able to get like more people than just the fighters in on this?
No,
Or
but you kill it.
Okay.
Okay. Just kind of, I try to lure out more. I lean in a little bit, and I just go like, "Oh, my pemmican."
All right, that works. Perhaps better than you might have hoped.
Oh.
As one of them is struck down, in its death cry, the others immediately scramble into motion. Roll initiative to see who reacts first as they begin to swarm.
I got a 5.
House wins. You guys can take more. You guys will get to attack, move, and shoot first. Do you wish to shoot as they come, or just and hold the line?
I think you're the house.
I like that.
Yeah, you guys are the
Yeah.
house. Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
I
Yes,
think we
win.
hold the line.
All right.
As the
And then-
group passes, I will try to use like a preposterous number of. Basically, the illusion is set up so that however they're arranged is how the piercers fall on them. Is that real?
If Perderi does get paralyzed, make sure not to pull him too far back so that he is able to beacon the people in the front.
Natural.
If you start to seize up, try to fall backwards.
Of course, of course.
17 for 5 damage.
Alrighty.
I get to just
all
use the
these-
phantasmal force, right?
Yes. I will roll saving throws for them in just a moment. Oh, there's so many saving throws.
I'll just roll the damage up front. 5. Not a very powerful attack, but it should hit them all.
Hit, hit, miss, hit, 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 hit. All of them are hit. So all of them take 5 damage except for one. So
Not exactly lightning, but it's less for the rest of us.
So real. Hey, you know what? Good job, Solson.
Thank you.
I like your phantasmal force.
I'm glad that worked. Except we're all saying this in a very frantic way because there's a horde of zombies charging at us.
yeah, you guys probably don't really have time to have a conversation to reassure each other over your.
He
grade.
knows. He knows.
Yeah. It's a look. It's a quick glance.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Knowing plan.
So with the combination of the illusionary piercers and the not so illusionary spear, one of them is disabled, consumed with a believes themselves dead. Trying to figure out best to mark that. Yeah, this one. The arrow that Glorpert fires sends one into a fugue, and Ulfkel strikes one down also with Gold Spear. Breaking their front line and preventing them from effectively engaging you on this turn.
It's so funny. I'm pretty sure Grey Spear is just buried somewhere.
You'll get it later.
Indeed. Or not. Both things are possible.
It's true. I should have asked this at the beginning of the turn, but who would be casting spells? It can't be Zolatan, because he is in the process of concentrating and then releasing concentration on his illusion.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, I figured we weren't going with lightning bolt this time.
Okay.
Right.
let's
I think that
stop
was
with that.
just the. I think that was the only spell that we were gonna do.
I
If you got anything else in your
Turn,
repertoire?
yeah.
turn
I'll
undead.
We could turn.
I'll throw a magic missile.
Okay. Is are Ionin and Dobby going to turn?
Onin will.
Okay. Ulfkel, Dobby?
I mean, yeah.
Forget to set the fire.
Is that going to work against our plan? If they,
It's up to you.
we want to trap them here.
That's
Burn
true.
'em.
Does anyone set fire?
The fire has not been set yet.
Correct.
And it sounds like you're not turning
Then-
yet.
Okay. Then he shall hold off. Moore has no combat magic, so yay.
Did he throw a torch or something? Wait, we
Moore
don't have
says
another
something
torch.
encouraging from the back row. He has great faith in all of you.
Is it time to
Counting
chuck
on you.
the torch?
I think it might be torch time.
It is torch time.
Do we have another torch? I thought that was your last one.
I have
That
one.
was my last
Okay.
one.
You got a few floating around.
Okay.
Oh no, yeah. Ulfkel's got up half a dozen.
Oh, good.
Oh my gosh.
And you,
Please,
who knows how
my
many Ulfman
leash.
has.
Oh,
Here,
Oh.
enjoy my bounty.
sooner the better.
All right. Round 2. Is anyone going to cat? It sounds like no one's going to deploy. Oh no! First, round 1, magic missiles. So that would be Magnus. I'd like you to allocate your magical missiles and roll their damage.
I will slap the I don't know. This guy?
This guy here.
Yeah.
He sounds so invested.
I mean,
This
it's, you know,
He's the only one who didn't fall for the illusion. Perhaps you can explode him with a single cascade of magic missiles.
10 damage.
You do. He explodes, and that's not an illusion.
Outstanding.
All right. Round 2. If anyone wishes to cast spells, declare them now.
I've got no
Magic
spells
missile.
worth contributing.
I'll just use magic missile.
Understood? Now, roll initiative.
Yes, sir. That would be a 3. Oh, what a dork.
They move up to fill the gap that was created by the falling of their comrades. You cannot effectively engage in range combat at this time. They're too close and moving too quickly.
Can
However,
Dolby
you would-
lob
Yes, he can.
torch?
All right, give me a d20 from Dobby and don't roll a 1.
Okay.
Suspenseful music.
Good enough.
Sorry.
They're consumed in flame. And the fire blossoms around them, licking at their dead flesh. Already battered by injuries that they believed real, they collapse and writhe, feeling themselves on the edge of death. Those of them who are truly dead can offer no assistance in this. You are able to strike them down. Here, now you are able to strike them down with little resistance. You have overcome your enemy. And I'm going to turn on less frantic music.
Good.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Outstanding.
Huzzah!
Is that
All
Were there
all my
more,
cheers are
or-
soon choked out by coughing from all the horrible smoke coming off of that.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
imagine this stuff smells good either.
Oh,
Rotting corpses burning.
Just gonna
No, it's
have
dreadful.
have a weird posture as I try to get my face as low as possible.
It's actually a Norwegian death metal band. Rotting corpses burning.
Are there more? There don't seem to be. That takes at least a turn and a half for the advance 2 turns to resolve the fire situation completely and let the air ventilate out to a point where you can enter the room without coughing to death.
That makes sense.
it
back
is
off.
9:20.
All right. The way is clear. You have to push the carcasses out of your way with a halberd and with your halberds and spears, but you can advance deeper in if now you dare.
Was there anything of value in any of the corpses?
Not a
Not
whit.
anymore.
Okay.
They were all quite nude.
Oh.
This star-shaped
Whoa.
room has a pentagram inscribed within a pentagon in the center of the room. As you enter, you have to step over wooden coffins, many of which are broken. This place looks like it once held more ghouls than it did now. Or at least it had space for it.
Is there anything left on the ghouls, their clothes, something they're wearing, anything in the coffins that could help identify who these people may have been?
Yes, the bodies of the ghouls are mostly completely decayed, but within the coffins, in addition to some significant treasure, which I will elaborate on in a moment, you find a good bit of indication of their prior identities. There are moldering remnants of martial raiment, soldier's garb. Many of them hold little brass pendants representing the Tree of Light, though they've all been twisted and gnawed out of shape.
Glorpert collapses to his knees and just repeats no as he realizes the fables upon which his entire life is built partially are lies.
Calm down,
Glorpert, maybe these were victims. I mean, look at this. Looks like a ritual here.
No.
Yes, they are victims. Glorpert, you know dark power has been down here. It's part of the reason we came down ourselves. To restore the legacy of the light. Is that not right, great king?
Amen and amen.
The stories say that army was vast.
Yeah, and we have faced large numbers of undead.
Tell me more of the story. I'm the only person here who doesn't seem to know it.
Well, in the days of the one true king 200 years ago, as he fought with his son, a portion of his loyal guards, in fact, legends say that one of the great knights was in fact one of Ulfkill's people, led a great host here to the eastern coast of in the far northern regions of Albion to face an army of darkness. And the army of the light, that it was called, disappeared, but they ended the evil. I see now that we see what happened to that army.
This is but a small number compared to the army of yore. We do not know the fate of all, though we now know the fate of some. There is still hope. And there's nothing worth
losing one's faith over here.
Surely we're missing something, Glorpert.
Glorpert nods, even though his eyes show that he doesn't, believe that.
As Glorpert grapples with the magnitude of his grief, Lufstan in turn grapples with the magnitude of the find. There's gold here, gold gathered in heaps within some of these coffins. It's festooned over corpses like salt at a funeral. Thousands of coin at least. Hundreds of copper, hundreds of silver, hundreds of gold. And suits of armor as well, remnants of prior glories. Great heaps of chainmail, enough to bear him down to the earth under the weight of it. Gleaming suits of plate and chain that remain untouched by entropy thanks to immersion in oil. Old shields, sturdy maces, a warhammer that seems to shimmer in the light of your torches, a dagger that makes Magnus's eyes ache to look on.
Yes, they ache. The beauty of
Yes.
it.
No, not with the beauty of it. To look upon it for Magnus feels as like it itches, an unpleasant sensation, like seasonal allergies. It's not friendly to him.
Glorpert, it is unright for such things to lay wasted down here. We should bring these home. Would you help me scavenge what markings and dear things that these bodies have, and we could perhaps use some of the cloth to wrap some of these treasures and bring home. We can bear these in the mead halls and in the whatever future castle as a testament to the endurance of the light.
Lufstan
see.
interjects. In his own cynical way, smiles and says, "Good sirs, there's no need to resort to scavenging old scraps to carry these things. I'm a professional. I brought bags."
Who's let's see, Dobby is a cleric, right?
Yes.
Okay, I look to Dobby and I say, Dobby, we have to try to destroy or at least burn, or we can't allow this place to exist as it is in this profanity. If your master finds out that we leave this place like this, he will have us hung.
Just as I was thinking, we need to purge this place. Don't touch that sigil. I mistrust it. And
Should
let us
the
clean
sigil
it.
be destroyed?
It cannot easily be. It is inscribed directly into the stone.
Can the stone be destroyed?
Anything can be destroyed if you bring enough violence to bear. This is the truth of the world.
Leifson has a shovel. I have a hammer, a crowbar,
I got a
some
crowbar.
iron stakes, some iron spikes. We
Let
could
us smite this.
sunder every stone if needed.
Yeah,
Raise
and
your arms against the blighted earth.
We must.
and then gather
Strike
the
deep,
bodies, but
strike
not
quickly.
until the symbol's gone. Gather the bodies, take all the remaining coffins and burn it all. We can't get them
Yep.
out of here. Yeah.
My poor lungs.
We'll see if you're interrupted.
Hasling and my retinue will hold the part of the rear guard. They could use some more fighter support.
Glorpert will do that. He'll take out his two-handed sword shakily.
Zolatan will also perform rear guard because he's less physically strong than the humans.
An hour and a half passes. Trust you to make the accounting on that. You lay waste to the markings of this place. You disrupt the meaning of this unholy symbol. Whatever importance the pentagram holds. And actually, let me tangent briefly.
Yes.
Now, Magnus is a man of learning,
Yes.
and he knows that the pentagram is a sigil of many things, and primarily it is a sigil of invocation. Its presence here, there are many places in this world where the presence of a pentagram would be of no importance and of no alarm whatsoever. But its presence here, in Rappan Athuk, indicates that, well, there are no powers here to invoke that are not loathsome. So its destruction here is definitely an act in accord with the law. But the sigil itself is more of a magnification of the surroundings. It's not inherently vile.
I'm not sure I could have turned away from the temptation to use such a room.
Yeah, I think you could. There's-
Although, well,
I mean, what?
well, is this Leostan speaking?
No, this is me speaking to you
Okay.
as the GM.
Oh.
I don't.
Well, what I mean
know-
is the shape of the room, not the contents of the room.
That is true. Making a
it's-
star-shaped room with a pentagram at the center, inscribed within a pentagon.
Yeah.
Gilding the lily a little, isn't it? Still, if you really want a summoning chamber, you could do worse. Anyway, you defile the bejesus out of it. You smash the pentagram to shards. You you fracture it into suitable components. Magnus knows exactly how best to diffuse the arcane power inherent in the sigil. As you work for several hours, you are, despite it all, not assailed. You can only begin to suspect that you have destroyed most of the things which would assault you here. You've been largely unmolested. At the end of it, you gather the bodies of the defiled dead, anoint them in oil blessed by your clerics, mark their burnt and mutated bodies with the final gestures of respect for the dead, and consign them to the flames. From within, a pure white light glows. Just a moment, perhaps a trick of the light, and then it's just the fire again. Lifstan, meanwhile, has employed this time to take an accounting of the great treasures which you have acquired. You have over 4,000 gold pieces, over 4,000 silver pieces, and about 3,000 copper pieces. Additionally, there are 8 suits of chainmail, 2 suits of plate mail, 2 shields, 2 maces, a dagger edged in silver, a dagger which he suspects is of more significant importance, and a warhammer which shines brilliantly in his hand, tucked into his belt. He has also found a fine glass phial containing within a shimmering golden liquid. The total weight of all this is significant. That's 10 coins per pound.
We just got to leave the copper.
And likely some of the silver.
Could we the armor and stuff like that, we could set that off to the side, and whatever we leave, we just make note that it is here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
So should we find ourselves passing somewhere nearby with empty pockets, we can swing by.
You want to leave it in the little tunnel behind the secret door?
Seems good.
Go ahead and make a note. I'm going to post what you have found within the Otherworld Adventures chat.
So how many suits are we going to leave here? And we're going to take all the coin and some of the panoply of weapons, or what?
Well, for
Unlikely
4,000,
to-
that's 400 pounds. I can carry 200 pounds and go down to my base movement, close to 200. So if two other people do that, that's all of 4,000. So we could carry the gold plus either a portion of the silver or arsenal. I was actually going to propose, real quick, 8 suits of chainmail, 8 suits of what?
8 suits of chainmail, 2 suits of plate.
2 suits plate. Does anyone need the plate now, like to actually upgrade?
That's
Is anyone not wearing plates?
I have plate.
true. Diesel can take it.
Unplated.
Niesel could
And
take
Niesel's not
plate,
here.
actually. Yeah, but he's not here.
he's not.
So
He's not.
this is what I wanted to propose as we're getting close to needing such things. I was going to blow my money on an arsenal for Caden's Rest, and we could actually begin gathering weapons and armor and items, and it would be for the use of any group that is blessed the purpose of fighting chaos.
We should bring as much as we can.
With the history of these items, I'm wondering if some of them would be maybe not directly, but more roundabout better employed, being like set as like on stands in like the temple or like some
That's
other places
true
of honor
too.
in the city.
The temple actually, and we could. This is probably out of game chat, but yeah, the temple has a feature where if you gather relics, it's supposed to attract pilgrims and stuff. So
Which adds to your legitimacy as well as to your finances.
We've I don't know if we officially have done this, but we do have a relic of the Knights of Saint Oikome within our possession that can be placed in a reliquary at the Temple of Saint Galahad. Did you describe to us the warhammer that seemed to shine specially?
Yes, I have marked it down in the inventory as Gleaming
Okay.
Warhammer.
well, I say we take. Let's see, take the gold and take the weapons and armor because of their special significance, and then we can. The rest is, we have to really take all of the silver for it to make enough money to
Right.
matter. I do have a clarifying question here that's interesting is how you do XP, Richard. So do you do it upon discovery, upon expense, or upon retrieval?
Upon retrieval.
So we need to take the silver.
Yeah, I think
which we can pull off. We can
What's
basically
the total weight here?
Yeah.
I got them all mixed up.
The total weight here is 430 pounds for the gold, 420 pounds for the silver, 290 pounds for the copper. Each suit. I'll educate this one moment. The chainmail. Each suit of
Copper's probably staying here.
weighs. Yeah. The chainmail is 50 pounds each, so that's 400 pounds. Plate mail is 70 pounds each, so that's 140 pounds.
if
Shield
every
10.
fighter plus Magnus carried all of the coins, I think we could take the gold and the silver, but there's no way we could carry all of it.
I think my character can carry at least something. Like his like telepathic lifting capacity is very low, but you could probably like put some stuff on him. Also, if
Can you
Twilight
carry the
Sparkle still
shields?
lives, then he could carry stuff as well. Like not from here
Yeah.
to not from the entrance, not from here to the entrance, but once we get to the entrance, then overland travel. Finbar can just walk. No offense.
Yeah.
Could you
No.
carry the shields by sling? Because shields typically had some sort of a sling on them.
Yeah, he
Right.
could carry. He could do that. His tail is long enough.
Forget
Yeah.
there's a specific word for the sling on a shield that I can't recall at this time. But
I
yes,
think it's sling.
it's a more specific. It's specifically the sling on a shield. But yes, anyways.
Rumbly.
So Perdari's armor and shield are extremely light. He can carry much weight.
Oh, that's right. I can carry 200 pounds before maxing out.
What is the threshold that you're considered maxing out?
It's
300
Guige.
pounds according to the book.
Guige is the word you're looking for.
300 pounds. Okay. I can carry. I'm currently only carrying 56 pounds.
It's 300 pounds plus whatever your carry weight modifier to
yeah.
your strength.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. My
You could take two
strength
trips.
gives me plus. No, it doesn't give me a whole lot. It gives me
I only get +5.
10 pounds more. So I can carry 150 pounds of stuff.
Magnus can carry quite a bit
I
as
can
well.
I can carry 195 pounds of stuff because of my strength.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, there it is. Yes.
So I know for a fact we can carry the coins. I just don't know how much more we could carry. But to save time, I propose we just take some artifacts with Zolotan and get the coins. And
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
Is the gold really going to bring us that close to capacity? I haven't been following along very well.
There's 400 pounds of it.
Yes.
So
We can make 2 trips if Twilight Sparkle still lives. He can carry a ton of weight. Not a literal ton, but a lot.
that would require us exposing Twilight Sparkle a second time as we venture back.
we're splitting the
No,
party.
we could take 2
Yeah.
trips. Oh, okay, yeah, you mean that. Okay.
Yeah, with
okay,
a lot of
I have
treasure
another-
on it. So yeah.
I have one more idea, which is the carpentry room. We could rig up some kind of sledge or sling. Like
Yeah.
we did that a lot
That's
in the
not a bad idea
Margraves
at all.
game. We'd have like 2 big poles that would like nail together at the end, and
A
2
litter.
people could hold the a litter kind of, yeah, one of those drag litters.
Your
I'm open
capacity
to that.
construct such a thing.
Beg your pardon?
Yeah,
You could construct such a thing.
I'm open to that. We have
Let's do that rather than two trips.
Yeah,
Okay.
agreed.
All right.
Yeah.
It'll take you a little while to assemble a travois, but you can. I'll say it'll take you 2d6 turns. No. 6 turns plus 1d6 turns. That makes more sense.
But you said 2D. Nice. Like farting.
All right.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, this is
Yeah,
a mature
I thought you were
hobby.
gonna go. I thought you were gonna go with like 2D, like the Italian word, like.
No,
all.
I am not that high class. Father.
what does it mean in Italian?
It means all.
Ah,
So
Yeah, the
you
only
see it on,
Italian word I know
like,
is pizza. Am I right?
you see it a lot in like orchestral scores or in mafia contexts, like capo de tutti capi. It's like boss of all bosses.
gotcha.
Hmm. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm not listening to a lot of opera. I just made a fart joke.
I mean, I love fart jokes, and I listen to opera. These things. There's fart jokes in opera.
Have you
true.
heard the fart opera? Because that is a thing on YouTube. It's pretty impressive.
I can't say I've listened to the fart opera.
Should
on
I be
YouTube.
concerned?
Gentlemen,
great.
let's focus.
Gentlemen,
I'm sorry.
you're in mortal peril.
Yes, we need to get
As
out of
you
here.
as you work assembling the sledge, you are interrupted.
No. Oh no.
I know.
No, it's
It's
good.
never what you want
How
to.
mortal is
Never
No,
what
I-
you want to hear.
I want the pain. What's wrong with me? I want the pain. Glorpert dies here now.
How long was it, by the way? Or
This is an hour and a half in.
okay.
Why is it always difficult to find this one specific entry in the miniatures? Come on, you wretched
That's
things.
something we've seen before. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is it shot smaller?
He better hope not.
Yeah, for his sake, I hope it's not.
Shotzi,
It's like
look what we found for you.
It's
This
like the
Come
memes,
enjoy.
like,
This poor guy at this point.
Shotzi, we'll give you a few copper to carry some
One.
things.
We're going
Yeah.
to sing. We're going to play Così fan tutti for you.
you interested in an honest day's work? Interested in some manual labor?
Yeah, man.
You know any carpentry by any chance?
Oh,
Call an ambulance, but not
Where-
for us.
Where is that shot smaller anyway? It's so scarce,
That stinky little guy.
so coy.
He's teasing us. I
think
hear his
so.
ratty little laugh in the darkness.
He's got those
Didn't we
pregnant rats running
See,
around doing his bidding.
the pregnant part caught my
Okay.
attention. Yeah, we'll have to talk about it later.
While you guys are busily assembling sledge, you are interrupted by a small host of goblins that come around this corner.
Goblins.
They regard you with hesitation, trying to determine what to make of you. There are a few in front, in miserable armor and clothing, bearing clad in leathery rags and wearing primitive spears. The ones behind are a good bit taller and more solid. They have their skin has begun to blacken for maturity, and they have more chimp than chihuahua in them.
I was just going to ask if they look like Ross's dog or not.
I
The
cast
ones in
lightning
front-
bolt.
Okay, so
Do
We're
I have an
gonna roll
opportunity to act? Oh, never mind.
it has been established that you guys are starting the fight. So
Well, I was going to try scaring them away. Is that okay?
I was
Uh,
gonna see if they want to do some work. How do you
I
guys? How do you
cast
boys
light-
want to earn a
I
few
cast-
copper?
I cast lightning bolt.
He didn't ask any
Oh, you said the
questions.
lightning bolt
He
of the
said that he
ghouls, but you
cast
didn't-
lightning bolt.
he's
Yeah,
cast.
he did say that.
Moral cast charm person.
I'm sorry, guys, but I'm gonna
They're
roll to see
mutually
if there-
exclusive ideas.
On a
Yes.
survivor.
Okay. We'll see
Yeah.
if there are any of those. In a
Yeah,
minute.
that's likely.
All right.
I think it's really clear that we need to learn Goblin. Like, we need to learn the
Yes.
language.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Yes.
But until we do, lightning bolt is the best answer. I think.
They do speak
All right.
lightning bolt.
I heard you had some interpreters earlier, and that they were really cool and a really neat character concept. But then they weren't here anymore.
Silence! Silence! You guys are massacring goblins now. That's what's happening. Magnus has decreed it. The goblins, sensing magical power beginning to accumulate, the forward ones lash the backs of the ones in front and bark a command to do violence as they attempt to close with you before you can begin to cast your terrible curse upon them. Roll initiative.
I know that song.
It's from Darkest Dungeon. I got a 1.
They prove to have the initiative. They don't have you completely off guard, but they are going to close to melee before you can effectively shoot them.
My Perderi and my entire retinue will focus on protecting our casters.
Understood.
Assemble the ranks.
The ones in I'm gonna have 3 of them attack Perderi, and the other 3 attack Perderi's goons.
Okay.
Da-da-da. These are the ones attacking Perderi. I don't think any of them can pierce his AC. The highest is a 17.
Nope.
Okay. The next 2 are going to attack Niesel. Well, 17 hit Niesel.
Pasling.
Right, Pasling.
Pasling's AC is plate and shield. She has 17 AC.
And they need to meet it rather than beat it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Pasling takes 6 damage from a goblin stab. Who is your final goon?
Those are my only frontliners. So
Alright.
it's
Ulf-
me and Pasling.
All right. On an even, it's Ulfkill. On an odd, it's Glorpert. It's an odd. Glorpert, what's your armor class?
17.
Well, you are stabbed for 6 damage by an angry little goblin. All right. Then, roll damage for that lightning bolt.
Okay, well, first of all, it's a 10-foot wide thing.
Yes.
So, can that can't encompass all of them. So I think I'll start back here to encompass the strong guys, and then bounce it up. That should
Okay.
cover about there, 60 feet of length.
Gotcha.
You can get rid of my drawing if you want. But.
We're gonna see if that works properly this time. Hope
I
it
like to
does.
check.
All right. Now I see what you're doing for. Roll a 1d20 to target. No, I'm not going to do that. Roll damage.
I think it would be fair to try to avoid hitting a friendly in this context, but
19.
Alrighty. Roll saves for the ones in the back. There is one survivor.
well,
Ah,
there was
Charm
your charm.
person.
This is how you make a goblin friend.
I
Yeah.
know. This is what I was looking for.
I've made many goblin friends, but not many of them survive.
I wonder why.
That was a very kind interpretation of my lightning bolt, Richard. Thank you.
Well, I'm just gonna assume that there might be some survivors at the front line near
They died
your
of
front
shock.
line.
Yeah.
No, they're going to be stabbed to death. They're one-hit die creatures. They're in front of several high-level fighters. They have already stabbed. They're in tremendous trouble.
And we'll do a quick
Let's see,
quit in
that's a
time.
19.
I was going to suggest, perchance we can hold off on the stabbing and press them into carrying coins for us.
Well,
Or plate mail for us.
I cast charm person on whoever the last one alive was.
Yes,
Let's
I
see
shall
if
roll
he-
his saving throw. He is charmed.
Hey,
Awesome. He
friend.
shall everything he is carrying shall be our treasure. He shall carry the copper, I guess. Or no, what are the
Well, forget the copper. It's not even worth this guy's time.
It's not.
okay.
It's not even
Okay.
worth this guy's
That's-
time.
Fair. But he shall carry the lower end just in case, the lower end of our haul.
He'll probably just help with the sledge, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Two kinds of people in this world, Gabo.
So it was 20 minutes after midnight at the start of the fight, by the way.
Yes.
All right.
At this point, you guys are quite exhausted. There are two good options here. You can hunker down in a place of safety, or a place of relative safety within the pit itself, or you can try your luck upstairs. I'm going
try
to
to make contact with the horse.
yes, I'm going to simplify. I'm going to resolve some ambiguity here. You are much more likely to have a random encounter if you hunker down in the dungeon. If you are upstairs, there are good odds of a random encounter, but less likely, and fewer of them, but there's a small chance that it will be catastrophic. So, with that in mind, make your choice.
I say we try to establish contact with Twilight Sparkle.
All right.
We're gonna need her to carry our shit back. Him.
Yeah.
When you
Get
say
back to My
upstairs,
Little
you
Pony.
mean is it in the wilderness?
Yes, in
Okay.
the wilderness above. You laboriously. Oh, thank you, Ross. You laboriously haul your treasures upstairs. There is unfortunately no sign of Twilight Sparkle, but neither is there any sign of blood spattered all over the place or a freshly skeletonized horse carcass. So her fate remains ambiguous, or his fate rather. The goblin seems uncomfortable in the open air, but well, whatever.
I'm sure all those burns aren't helping.
They aren't, but he's fighting fit. He's just very scorched.
Can you whistle for him, Finbar?
I can
Twinkle.
try. Yoo-hoo!
Give me a d20.
Okay, yeah. I'm on it. Is a 4 the number you were looking for?
I'm afraid it's below the number I was looking for. Finbar's long, low whistle does not call forth a horse stampeding from the darkness.
Bummer.
Darn.
Ugh.
It will take you some time to make your way home with this mighty burden.
Do we see any tracks? You want to take any time for that?
Alas, it's not within your skill set. You'd need a
We don't have
ranger.
a
for that.
ranger.
Random anecdote, Finbar.
Hmm.
You are not going to Lioness next week.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Well, I mean, even if you
Right.
bought a new horse, because
Right.
by the time we walk on foot, get to the
Yeah.
boat and get back, yeah.
The logistics here are very challenging.
They truly are. Are you going to begin the arduous slog back to your home base?
Think we'd better.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to first roll the random encounter check for tonight. Okay. You are not interrupted in the night, despite being in the hills above Rappan Athuk. Normally, it takes 2 days to make it from the bridge to Rappan Athuk. It will take 4 because of the tremendous burden you're operating. On the second day, it seems that you are going to have some form of encounter. While you are still navigating the hills, but at night, you find Twilight Sparkle.
Yo.
Oh wow.
Look at
No,
my face, that's
no,
just not
no,
great.
look at the
Oh,
sad
oh
face on
wait.
my face.
Oh wait.
I
No.
see the sad
Oh.
face.
You find it.
We found her. Yeah.
Yes. You crest a ridge, burdened by your treasures, and find. Actually, one moment. And find the savaged carcass of your horse, the last of the wolves scampering away from it.
Woe and tragedy.
Indeed.
Is anything worth saving? Saddle, bridle, anything?
You can salvage the bit.
We're already so burdened, though.
We're pretty burdened. I'm not sure it's worth it.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Rip Twilight Sparkle. You were
Rip
a
in
good horse.
peace. The Lady of Wolves will be hearing correspondence of mine.
As is fair. On the third day, you are unmolested. On the fourth day, you traverse the Seacoast Road. Dusk. It is dusk. You traverse the path. I would like you to roll a 1d6.
I'm on it. 5.
All right. All right. I'm going to go briefly back to the page with your marching order. Do a quick copy pasty. Put you on the map.
You said this is the dawn of the 5th day?
Uh,
Or dawn of the 4th day?
fourth day.
And how long did it take us to get out
Out of what? The hills?
of from underground? Or does that matter?
It doesn't really matter at this
Okay.
point. I assume you climbed out and you began the process of. You grabbed some rest, then began the process of staggering back.
Okay.
On the coast road, on the dawn of the final day, you can see the bridge in the distance.
The Myrmidon better be there.
Hopefully it is. But first you'll have to deal with these wolves that have sprung out from the wilderness.
Again.
Oh, vengeance.
I figured you'd appreciate that, yes.
Does their hunger know no end?
Indeed, it seems it doesn't.
Probably
Their
not.
faces are matted with blood.
That's the blood of my horse.
It is. It's familiar blood. And it seems they've developed a taste for it. Where on earth?
Come and
did I
get
put-
some, you bastards!
God.
Face me, beasts!
Here you are.
Answer for your crimes.
The wolves, as large as your horse, regard you with the contempt of predator for prey, and begin to move towards you, circling to either side, preparing to test your mettle and see if you are as sweet as your steed was. Roll initiative.
Do we declare spells?
Yes. Sorry. Spells declare first.
Fly.
Alright.
Bless.
Mirror image.
All right.
Old hard steel.
Nice. All right. Now we roll. Sorry.
I'll try Phantasmal Force.
Alrighty. Now we roll initiative.
I rolled a 3. Do you want me to keep that?
Yeah.
Can your Phantasmal Force be the mirror image of Twilight Sparkle, but as a nightmare?
That was literally what I was thinking exactly. And I'm trying to figure out how to make that AOE.
Don't nightmares erupt bursts of flame from their
They
hooves?
blow up.
I was thinking something like that, yeah.
Okay. First, movement. The
have
wolves
it.
are very swift. They scamper along and attack you on the flanks.
That is swift.
With one attacking on the front. These other beasts move to assist. Anyone who wishes may may attack them with ranged weapons as they come closer.
Are all of them within melee range?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Yes, I will have some people attack. Let's see.
6 damage from Leofston.
Alrighty.
Ow.
Oh, this is bless. Plus, no, that didn't go off yet, right?
Mhm.
No. Would they be within darts range as they approach, or no? Or no, she's casting a spell. Never mind.
Yes. Those of you who are casting spells may not do so. So Yoanan is going to hit this one, and he has. He had 11, and now he has 8.
Are the small ones 1-hit die, or no?
No. Wolves are
Okay.
2-hit die creatures.
So then, is there any benefit to us not just using all of our missile attacks for the first round?
None spring to mind,
So I'm gonna go ahead.
unless you have a really good magical melee weapon.
You mean you guys have the thing where if they're closing the distance, you get a volley? Is that, do I understand that right?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Of course, I'll fire then, yeah.
Skull gets 6 damage.
Ooh.
5 damage against this one right here.
Against this one? Or this one?
This one right here.
Gotcha.
5 more damage from Perderi. Pazling hit twice for a total of 5 damage.
Okay. Okay, Perderi. Where is Pazling? Yeah, she's here. That takes out this one. This one takes another -2.
One of the hits did. Oh, it was 2 then 3. So yeah, never mind.
And then Ulfkale. Already hit the one ahead. Alrighty. This could be a little rough. Pray for Lufstan. Alright. I have the initiative, so I go first. First, this creature is going to attempt to bite Lofstan. Lofstan is brought low.
That is a high number.
Oh,
Oh man.
Lofstan is killed in a single blow. Horrors! Horrors. So many of Ulfkill's number. But this one's carcass is whole. If you can stop the wolf from snatching it away.
How much HP did he have?
He had 6, and now he has
Wow.
0. A thief is, alas, a delicate creature. 2 attacks versus Finbar from the 4 wolves.
I relish it. Face me, fiends, beasts of the forest.
I think both of those will hit.
One of those is going to hit. I have
Okay.
18 armor class plus the -1 on the...
True. All right. Well, you are taking 5 damage from one of them.
Okay. It's not represented on my token, but my max hit and my max hits is 28 now because I leveled.
Understood. This next attack is versus Perdere. It's from the large warg in front of him.
Yep.
Misses. This next attack is versus Ulfkill. It's from the wolf in front of him. A 17 for 3
Yeah.
damage. Does that hit?
Yes.
All right. I'll trust you to do the accounting.
Mhm.
A similar attack applies to Glorpert. And lastly, a warg attack versus Zolotin.
all right.
If this strikes, this will ruin your spell.
Yep.
It does not.
That misses.
Get a load of this jabroni.
All right. Those of you who live and who did not engage in, you guys already. I think you basically all did ranged combat, so you guys cannot attack as in melee as well this round.
I do not have a ranged weapon.
Well, then you may commence the stabbing. Their armor class is 12.
Come on now.
Unfortunate. Fortunately,
Rolling like
however,
a
you have
Davis would.
protected your core of spellcasters. Magnus, unleash your catastrophe. Right, no, you're going up into the
Well,
sky.
I'm flying. Yeah, I take off.
Okay, I'm
See you
trying to
later,
figure out.
Magnus.
See you later.
Here's mirror image. Again, I am really good at rolling those ones.
High five.
All right. So I'm trying to figure out how much AoE Zolotin can manage on having a spectral ghost of Twilight Sparkle leap out from the bush and do what? You ever played Robot Unicorn Attack?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about then.
Yes, I know. Does
Is
anyone
that-
else though?
No.
You
All
sound
right,
disappointed.
it leaps a spectral Twilight Sparkle leaps up from behind that bush, using it as cover as if it had been gaining momentum the entire time, and then slashes downwards in a sort of like fiery linear explosion that probably goes through a maximum of about 3 of these guys. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. Which might be outside of the concept of wolves to believe in, but will you let me get away with it?
Yes, I'm going to roll these. This will be applied to these 3 on the left.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
I
these
figured
3
that
on
we'd
the-
go for these ones.
These 3 on the right.
Yes. Though I should probably be focused on what's in front of me, but I'd like to save Lofsten's body.
Okay. So we order from top to bottom.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Damage.
Yes. Roll damage for me.
7.
All right. More than that, they are all completely frazzled. They are completely shocked by this turn of events. Which of these means fear? That one, though.
Do we
The
see
wolf-
the Phantasmal Force?
Yes.
Yes. The Phantasmal Horse.
Oh. I'm just gonna say, as
so
it
mad at you.
crashes, as it crashes into them, Finbar says,
Oh, I forgot.
"Your sins are being punished. Face me now, beasts!" And he growls at them. He's a The heat
The
of
wolves
battle.
These wolves seem thoroughly demoralized by what has just occurred. They are shocked and appalled. Okay, 11 minus 7 is 4.
Practicing that growling noise for years for a moment like this.
A worthy cause.
All right,
These
now
wolves have some hit points.
Yes, they do. Initiative on the second turn.
Oh, bless went
Wait,
off.
before. Yes, bless goes off.
So everybody gets +1.
Very good. Those of you who are going to cast spells, let me know what they are now. The wargs will cast no spells. These
Lightning
wargs
bolt.
here on the right side, their morale is busted. These wargs here, their morale has not yet busted.
Sparkle power!
What sort of
Wait.
lightning bolt do you intend to cast? Because I'm not sure if I should try to lunge for it. Well, I kind of need to because I'm engaged in melee combat right now, so I'm going to melee.
Okay.
Lightning bolt will... Yeah, I mean, I'll do my best.
Okay. Well,
Light.
okay. Young begins casting light, or prepares to cast darts at any that flee, I would assume. Dobby prepares to... What is Dobby going to do?
He is going to, I guess, bash that warg.
He closes to melee. Then now that our declarations have been made, let us roll initiative. I roll a 3. Roll a 3
I
or
rolled a
higher.
5.
You
Good.
go first. There is, in the movement phase of things, these guys are going to attempt to retreat. This one wants to try and carry Lulfstan's carcass away. Dobby gets a free attack of opportunity against it.
Right now,
And that is the one that will be lit.
Alas,
Wow.
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 No.
I'm gonna risk hitting Brother Dobby, and I'm gonna fire at it.
Glorpert?
Yeah, I
But
mean,
Glorpert.
you can choose to
Glorpert's-
fire. Oh wait, no, we're in melee. My bad.
Yes, you are. You have wolf
I'm
problems.
somewhat occupied.
You can.
Oh really? I thought
You
in the
can.
rules. I'm pretty sure in the rules, if you're
Wait,
in
maybe I'm
melee,
wrong.
you can't. Maybe I don't have
I
my
thought it
book
was
on
only
me.
a
I'm
firing
sorry.
into melee, but I don't remember.
Don't worry.
Would-
Magnus can fly, as can Zalotin.
This is
Don't-
true
don't-
too.
Well, we'll see. Well, we'll see if I can fly. I'm about to get between some jaws.
We'll see how this goes. Those of you who are attacking if you are attacking a warg, your armor class is the armor class you wish to hit is 13. If you are attacking a wolf, the armor class you wish to hit is 12.
Let's see.
can Dobby give
Ah.
chase? Like, because you can move and melee, so can he move
Yes.
after hitting?
He may
How-
give chase.
How
Oh, they're
far?
fast, right?
18 for 3 damage.
I would like to propose, this is not strictly by the rules, but it feels both dramatic and simulationally appropriate, that Dobby grips Lulfstan's carcass as the wolf attempts to pull it away, and opposes the wolf's efforts with his own.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll see how that works because this is a horse-sized wolf.
Yes. Dobby is drawn along. Dobby does not meaningfully impede the movement of the wolf, but he does keep pace quite smoothly as a result.
AJ, come on.
AJ.
I know. I know. I need a better weapon, y'all.
I hit 12 for 4 damage on.
Are you
the
adding your
wolf.
+1?
Yes, I had to. Otherwise, I wouldn't have hit it.
All right. Finbar strikes one down.
He's gonna growl again.
Where's Pazling? Pazling.
Actually, he's gonna
There we go.
roar this time.
Pazling hits the warg as well for 2 to add to
AJ,
my,
get new dice,
my
man.
1. It's been a trend. And then Owen, I didn't have him move actually. He's
One
out
moment.
of range.
Glorpert, you strike this one, right?
Yes. 3 damage.
Thank you.
Zolotin manages 3 damage against the warg to his left, and it has to roll against poison.
It rolls as a saving throw. I should roll that where you can see.
I believe you.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm sorry. I rolled a 19.
Okay.
You're unable to get your poison to bear against its thick fur. You can feel poison spurt. You pierce it through and through, and the poison spurts out into the air.
It's like I was telling that one person how, like, in theory it's overpowered. In practice, it hasn't landed in a long time.
It's pretty swingy. All right.
I do 3 damage though.
Where's Pasling? Pasling already did her bonk, and Ulfkel does his bonk. Is he targeting this wolf or this warg?
The ward.
All
I
right.
gotta bring it down.
It seems inclined to flee. I'm gonna give it the scary face.
The bless only increases the to hit, right? Not the damage.
Yes. I don't remember exactly. You'd have to check the spell. All right. That is their turns to attack.
Plus 1 to
Let's
attack
see.
rolls. Yep.
Let's see if Zolotyn gets dragged away like a dog yanking a chain of sausages.
All right. This wolf is going to attempt a fighting retreat. A defensive movement backward. Going to break contact on his turn. I should have done that earlier, but I forgot. This one is going to attempt the same. It's going to do a small movement in the which doesn't provoke an attack or opportunity, but does leave it open to pursuit. This one is going to try and bite Ulfkel on the leg.
My leg! Wait, which leg?
Is it the new leg?
Is it the new leg?
Even his new leg.
That's
Yes.
not my good leg.
It is the new leg.
Gotta break it in.
Fortunately, his armor holds.
Haha!
Okay. Glorpert is likewise assailed. I don't think a 13 will pierce his AC. And then, lastly, but not least, Zolotyn. Zolotyn, are you going to be eaten by a big wolf?
Let's find out together.
Let's find out together.
Will 14 hit you, Zolotyn?
I think my AC is 15.
Zolotyn
Let me
is
double check
bit,
that.
but it skates off of his scales.
Just double checking that.
And
Yes.
now, that is melee. It's time for spells.
Light on the one that's running away.
21
The
damage.
warg or the wolf?
The one with Leifston.
Oh, yes, this one. All right, I will roll a saving throw. Okay, first off, that landed cocked, and second off, I should roll where you see. All right, that does do it. It manages to duck before the light strikes, and it is its forehead which is illuminated rather than its eyes. Now, Father Chris, describe to me the. Okay, yeah, gotcha. You can do that.
Okay.
Okay, so even on a save, this one and this one are both annihilated. The warg makes a save. The warg is killed by the lightning bolt. And this wolf is also killed. Alrighty. It is the next turn. A tremendous flash of lightning does not deafen you, because there's some place for the noise to go besides your ears this time. The wolves are caught up in an incandescent lambent arc that punches through their bodies and turns an entrance and exit wound on their bodies into charcoal, each one passing neatly through their hearts. They each stagger a single step before collapsing dead, their bodies still, their pelts mostly intact. Initiative for the second round. If anyone is going to begin casting a spell, now is the time.
Magic missile.
Understood. It's all from
Magic
spells?
missile.
Understood.
I'm trying to disengage and engage that one that just dragged
There's
off
nothing to
Wolfstone.
disengage with. It's dead.
Right. If I'm still in range, never mind. I'm gonna fly up and try to get line of sight on the one dragging Lovestone away,
Okay.
and then shoot.
And Magnus, which one are you magic missiling?
I thought these had all been killed.
They have all been killed.
Oh,
so
one of them
there's
seems to
only
be
one
alive.
Which one?
The middle one.
This one?
It says 3 out of 11. Has it been desynced?
It's been desynced. This one is dead.
Son of a-
Okay, then there's
I'm
only
gonna-
one
I'm gonna
target.
freeze.
Oh, there's two. Oh, okay. I'll shoot the No,
Okay.
I'll shoot the big guy, I guess. Well,
I
whatever.
was planning on giving chase to this one.
Okay.
Alright.
Pasling and ONN will run up and help with the one on the right.
All right. Oh, we've gone a bit late. In that case,
We sure
allow
have.
me. Yes, I apologize. I hadn't realized. But the good news is, where's the chill music? The arcs of incandescent force, the invisible bolts from Magnus's fingers, and the coruscating light from Zolatin's eyes strike down the two wolves. And Lofstan's carcass, though savaged and missing some important parts of the throat, remains in resurrectable form. You can make it home the rest of the way unmolested, and you will also have the treasure of the pelts of these wolves. This wolf is also blown to bits, either by a bolt of magic missile or by Finbar's sword. In the interest of all of you having places to be in the morning, I yield you to depart. I promise you I will have your experience points and treasures enumerated in short order. You have endured quite a trip today and risked significant perils in the wilderness, and some of you have died quite tragically. But we will see.
Again.
Again, yes. We will soon see what rewards you have reaped. Thank you all very much for coming to Otherworld, the Shadow of Rappan Athuk. You return to the city of Cadence Rest some almost 2 weeks later. But carrying a tremendous and welcome burden of gold and silver and weapons and artifacts and relics of older days. Poor Glorpert. Oh, poor Glorpert, your heart was so shaken by what you saw. Is it still? Has the time of the sun given you time you needed to recover your faith?
No, yeah, he definitely looks at the world differently now, and so he thinks if so great a host were failed by whatever is underneath the earth, that we may have to do things differently than they did.
You have passed through the looking glass, young Glorpert. You have begun a hero's journey that you cannot unbegin. You have transformed your vision of the world. Meanwhile, I don't want to keep you guys waiting for this overlong, but I really should. So I'll tell you next week whether or not Lefstein is successfully resurrected from the dead.
Oh.
To Twinkle Sparkle.
To drink
Let us
sparkle.
drink.
Yeah.